Hello. Hey, this is Sagatness. It's been a while since I've done a rant video. It's been a while since I made a video in general. Kind of, sort of. Sort of. Not really. Um, normal. So, yeah. Today's rant is about unimaginative people. That sort of thing is really backwards, especially when the person that's being unimaginative is someone that claims to be an artist. You have access to the internet. You draw. You also write poems. You do other things an artist would do. Yet, using the internet is boring to you? Are you not aware that Google is a search engine that has limitless holes of entertainment readily available for you to use? Ah, you're funny, Monty. You're funny. Cause I sent my friend a picture of the title of the video before I started streaming just now, and she's like, "You're talking about me?" I'm like, she's like, "Who are you talking about?" I'm not talking about her. She doesn't do this dumb thing. I'm not talking about you. If I would totally just tell you. But no, I'm not talking about you. She's funny. Anyways, back to what I was saying. You can't be an artist and not use something that you have at your disposal to, like, use. Like, you have the internet, but somehow you're bored by it or you can't find anything to entertain yourself with. You could ask anybody. Go on Google, type in kitten cactus, freaking blue jean cactus, freaking turkey jeans. I don't know what's up with me and jeans. I'm thinking of random stuff. You could literally put in anything, and I'm pretty sure you could get something. Literally anything. You could put in a period in the Google search box and get something. You could type in a bunch of gibberish and probably still get something. If you just run your fingers across your keyboard 2 or 3 times, pressing a bunch of keys, and then press the enter button in a search engine, you will probably get something. Oh my gosh. There's no possible way ever in a single person's lifetime that you could ever look up every single thing on the internet and say that you can't find anything to do. There are millions hold on. Yeah, there's millions upon thousands of videos, voice recordings. I was about to say voiceover recordings. I was about to say voice recordings, voice recordings, talk videos, tutorials, articles on all kinds of things that don't even make sense, things that do make sense, stuff about the body, stuff about glasses, stuff about healthy eating habits, stuff about drinks, stuff you did, stuff that doesn't even make sense, just stuff about video games, stuff about stuff that you probably like, stuff about Stuff that you talk about in school, stuff that you talk about with your friends, stuff you're freaking interested in general. Oh, well, I'm bored. I can't think of anything to draw. What could I do? There's this magical place on the internet called Google. I'm pretty sure you've heard of it. You've used it at least 5 to 30 times in your freaking lifetime since you were first introduced to the internet. Uh, I think I might want to learn how to properly draw a swan neck sweater if that's a thing. I'm pretty sure I could look that up on Google and get something. Oh, but I don't want to do that. I'm bored. Really? I can see how the internet may be boring to you if you think, if you're too lazy to make an effort to entertain yourself on your own. I can see how the internet could barely be any help. But I mean, if you're literally just sitting in front of your computer and staring at it and not even doing anything, yeah, you're gonna think it's boring. I'm on my computer all of the time. I have yet to go a day since I bought my computer that I haven't been on it. Whether I'm just talking to my boyfriend or I'm looking up pictures to redraw in my own style, like poses and whatnot, or if I'm watching people goof off on YouTube, or if I'm like freaking like looking up color schemes, or if I'm looking up stuff to buy, like you can think of all kinds of. You have a limitless freaking pool of entertainment. That's what the internet is. The internet is a place where you can pretty much. I'm even going on a limit. I'm gonna go out on a limit and say that you can pretty much just get and do freaking anything. Besides, well, no, apparently you can kill people over the internet because that's called cyberbullying. But we're not gonna get into that, okay? Yeah, I don't want to hear no crap about the internet. I don't want to get on my computer. It's boring. Do you not have internet? Is that why your computer's boring? Because you have the internet. You have no kind of excuse being bored. You have YouTube. You have Spotify, iHeartRadio, radio station websites. You have the radio also that you can access through your computer. You have typing programs. You have websites that have books. You have ebooks. You have Amazon. You have Google. You have Bing. You have Archive of Our Own. You have wish.com. You have eBay. You have your whatever your bank's website is. Check your bank balance. I don't know. Do something and then complain to me that you have nothing to do. Well, I could give you 50 things you could do. As a matter of fact, I gave you something you could do, but you didn't want to do it for whatever reason. You're bored. You can't find anything to do, but you don't want to read. That's something to do. That's definitely something to do. One of my resolutions was to read more this year. I have started reading more in a sense. I'm not reading like books or anything like that. Not yet, because I haven't bought any. Well, no, I have. I bought 2 this year so far. They were both manga though. Still bought books. Manga or books. I don't care what nobody says. They're books. Comics or not. Japanese comics, American comics, Russian comics, if that's a thing. Comics are comics, and I love my manga. I don't care. Girly hair don't care. Anyways, yeah. I started reading fanfics. I don't get why people don't like them. I mean, I'm asking my boyfriend about it. Oh, well, sometimes, well, a lot of the time when people make fanfics with certain characters and stuff like that, they end up changing the character around and they don't stick to how the character is originally and they just ruin it and they make the character seem really bad and blah, blah, blah. I get that. But I mean, as a creator, as an artistic person, it's gonna be kind of hard to, you know, exactly be able to stick to the straight line that the character is, that the character is like as a whole, because you're not the original creator of that character. You may like the character for their attitude, or, you know, whatever weapon they might have, or, you know, like just like their personality, or, you know, their looks because they're freaking hot or something. When it comes to female fanfic writers, that's pretty much the reason. They look good. They probably have really good voice actors, and their personality probably isn't total trash. So, like, we dig them and we want to write about them. So, you know. I also have on a timer. I didn't forget this time. We're like almost 10 minutes and 30 seconds. We just passed the 20-second mark. But we're good. It's not going to be super long. I mean, I started like a minute after I turned the record button on and it started recording. But yeah. Kind of leaned off of the subject for a second, because we all know when I rant, I talk a lot. But yeah. You can't call yourself an artist and say that the internet serves no purpose or that you're bored by it. You just know. I rebuke your entire existence as an artist if you refuse to use the internet as a resource. I mean, I'm gonna say about half of the stuff that I think of on my own is mine, and then the other half is fueled by the internet. Because there are some times where I might be thinking of something and I feel like it's missing something. I might not even realize it. I'll be like looking up pictures of some of my favorite anime characters, or, you know, like I'll be like reading up some stuff, or I'll even be like watching some random funny video on YouTube. I might be watching some dude freak out about a scary game on YouTube, and then I'll get a freaking idea that popped into my head out of nowhere. Out of nowhere. And then I have that missing chunk that I thought that I couldn't think of earlier for something that I thought of my own self. Inspiration is all over the place. You don't want to go outside, you don't want to do anything, and you don't want to use the only resource that you can use when you're in the house, because obviously nobody that lives in your house is going to be like, oh, hey, so-and-so, you know, I know you got some writer's block, artist block, or whatever, you can't think of anything, you know, here, gives you like a whole stack of papers with like lists upon lists upon lists of ideas for stuff that you can write or draw about. They're not going to do that. I mean, if you have people in your household that will do that, first of all, they're freaking awesome, and two, you should bake them a cake if you know how to bake. Don't burn your house down. No. I refuse to acknowledge you as an artist if you don't try your absolute best to, you know, create something. You can't be looking for you can't be looking for handouts. As an artist, a lot of it's got to come from yourself. You can't just always think, you can't always expect somebody to hand it to you. Be like, yeah, here's your criteria, here's your topic, here's your theme, create something. You can't just practice on simply something that somebody gives you. That's not how that works. I mean, that's how I develop myself in my drawing. I haven't gone to any like super special art classes or anything like that, or like, you know, like any special things or anything like that. Like, I haven't gone out on a limb to go to somebody else's, like to go to a class or whatever, to have somebody tell me how I'm supposed to draw, or how I'm supposed to do this and that about the way I draw, or how my art is supposed to look. For every single artist, they don't have their own style. Some may be really similar to other people's because, like, that's where they get their inspiration from. So they want to make it similar, but they want it to have like their own, like they want it to have like their own finesse in it. They want to make it their own. Because I know a few people. I'm not gonna say any kind of names, but I know somebody who thinks I should write in a realism style when she knows I'm totally crap at that. I'm talking to you. I'm fine with my manga / gothic manga artist anime style. I suck at realism. You know this. We both know this. Everyone that has ever seen my drawing ever knows this. Realism will not happen in my art unless I want it to. Right now, it will not happen unless I work at it, and I don't want to. It's not happening. She knows who she is. She'll watch this because I haven't told her if I'm talking about her or not. So it's gonna be like, either you tell me or something, and I'm not gonna tell her. I'm just gonna send her the link to this video once I'm done, and then she'll see what I'm talking about. I'm only talking about you a tiny piece, just a teensy bit, But yeah, I refuse to let anybody sit down and tell me how my art is supposed to be. Because my art is whatever the heck I make it. If I want to make circles as the base for my head and my characters don't have chins or noses or ears, that's my thing. If I want to give them those features later on, once I've developed my style more, then I'll do that. But if I'm comfortable with my characters missing 3 base physical features on a face, then they're just going to be missing that. If they look good to me, they look good. I don't care if you're a professional that owns 3 or 4 of the best-selling freaking paintings like currently out in the world for people that are like still creating like really glamorous art and hanging it in museums and whatnot, or like just put it online and sell it that way or whatever. Good for you. If your stuff's a realism, if it's abstract, galactic, what all those other art styles that aren't mine, stuff that I could probably never do, good for you. But you're not gonna sit here and tell me that because my stuff is different from yours, or because it's not similar to your stuff at all in any kind of way, you can't sit here and tell me that my stuff is crap or that my stuff isn't good. Because I can line up 20 or so people and they'll stand right behind me and tell me my stuff is good. Strap them up to a lie detector test, they'll be telling you the straight up truth. I ain't got no reason to lie. I've been drawing for a really long time. I'm satisfied with the way my stuff looks. I ain't got nothing to be ashamed of. My art is whatever the heck I made it. I've been drawing since I was 2. Back then, it was just dots, lines, and circles. It developed into circles, lines, ovals, more lines, colors, even more so, toned lines, small shadows, pools of color as I got older. Then, when I got even older, I stopped coloring as much. I draw in black and white. I would not use shadows because I didn't know how to do that sort of thing. Now that I get older, I use shadows occasionally because not all of my stuff is, super detailed to the point where it needs shadows. But if I wanted to add shadows, I'd add them. But ain't no rush in that. This is whatever. I mean, if you're an artist, whatever you do, cool, as long as you're not plagiarizing somebody else's stuff. Because first of all, that's freaking illegal. 2, you will get caught. And 3, if I know you, I'm reporting you. Because somebody else has been developing that for who knows how long, and you have the goal to try to steal their stuff and say it's yours? Heck no. If I knew anybody that ever plagiarized anything artistic wise, we are no longer friends. Because if you're willing to steal someone else's hard work, what will be stopping you from trying to steal some of mine? No. No. So what I have to say to the unimaginable people out there, because I know there are a lot of you trying to sprinkle your extra chunky salt on other people who bust their butts on their artistic works. And just because you may be mildly more talented than they are, you think you can just, oh man, your stuff would look a lot better if you did this, that, and the other. Or, your writing isn't this and that because, you know, this, that, and the other. Or, you know, your themes for your stories are too this way or they're too that way. You need to write about this sort of thing. No. The only way I would ever let someone else tell me that, you know, I think you should change the way you're doing your stuff is if it's coming directly from some of the people that I look to for inspiration and they personally think that I should change the way I do my stuff because they think it might be a little bit better. Maybe then I would consider changing up the way I delve into my art. But until then, I don't care if you got 50, 60, 30, 20, or 2 freaking years as an art major and in the biggest art college you could freaking get into. I don't care what the heck you say. My art is what I make it. Bye. My art is my art. If you don't like it, don't like it. Can't really say anything about that. If you're gonna be lazy and not look into yourself for inspiration and you're not taking a chance to take, if you're not taking advantage of the resources that you have, why even bother being an artist to begin with? It doesn't make any sense. But, you know, it's only so much you can do. And with that, I think I'm about done with this rant. I've been thinking about it for a few hours because, I mean, I just got home about 10 minutes before I made this video. So, I mean, whatever. If you're a so-called artist and you're not using your resources, mainly your brain and the internet, then I think you should change career paths. Change career paths, because obviously being an artist is not your forte. Just saying. But anyways, I need to go get started on the second chapter of Two Devils for my blog, which is in the description. Yes, there is stuff in my description for once besides random sentences. I have 2 blogs, my story blog and my, I was about to say my story blog again. I only have 1 story blog. Oh, sorry. Kind of sleepy. Waiting for my honey to get home. Yeah, 1 is my story blog and the other is a life blog. I talk about stuff that happens to me in real life occasionally on there when I have time. I updated it a few days ago, both of them. One was talking about the upcoming chapter of Four Devils, which currently has its first chapter up now on my story blog. Yes, self-promotion. Do not care. Girly, here, don't care. Don't care. Anyways, I'm gonna stop goofing off now. I'm gonna go settle in and try to get a little bit of it done, or at least brainstorm what the second chapter is going to be about, because I'm supposed to be introducing a new character. I'm probably going to include some stuff about the main character's school, because she's in college. Yeah. Not going to say anything else, because nobody's spoiling. No, don't spoil nothing. Oh my gosh. Okay. We's about to hit 25 minutes on this. I meant for it to be like 15, but we all know I talk too much. So, yeah. Yeah. I will see you guys later. Pow. Shh, they can't see me.